What's up, YouTube? We're gonna take a look today at some smoked turkey wings. I hope you enjoy this. It's something that's pretty easy to do and pretty inexpensive also. It's good for people who's got big families. You wanna, have a night where you can feed your family without spending a whole lot of money. It's good for college students who always operate on the budget. I know I was broke when I was in college, so you can get together with your roomie, go to the store, spend a few bucks, and come back and have a good meal, and it'll be all good. So check it out. When you're done, let me know what you think. Like, favorite, subscribe. I hope all that good stuff. Peace. Good to see you again. All right, good people. It's good to be back with you. We're gonna do some smothered turkey wings today. They're really good, taste good, easy to cook, fun to eat. So let's go through some ingredients that we got here. That's gonna go with our turkey wings. We got mushrooms. Those are baby bella mushrooms. We got a couple of white onions. I love white onions. They're very good. We got a couple of green peppers back there. We've got some fresh that sage in the back. And those other two, I'm not sure which is which, but I believe that's the rosemary, and then the other one is thyme. It's been a couple of weeks since I made this, so it's hard to see it from this angle, but I'm pretty sure the other one's thyme. But it's sage, rosemary, and thyme, all fresh. A couple of bunches of fresh scallions. Scallions are always good. We got a quart of chicken stock, 1 can of Campbell's cream mushroom. We got some paprika over there. We got our trusty granulated onion and garlic, as always. And never forget the black pepper. We got the black pepper. Let's see what we're going to do with this stuff. Okay, I hope this noise from outside doesn't bother you too much. I had to open the door. I'm sitting in the kitchen. I've got the oven on self-clean, and it's heating up the kitchen really bad. So warm December days it is. But here we go with the wings. I really prefer the wing portions that only have, there's the one part of the wing that looks like a drumstick. Well, I usually get the wing portions that don't have that part. It's all just the other side. But they didn't have that today, so I had to get the whole wings. But so here we're gonna put some seasoning on these things. Granulated garlic, granulated onion, as always. That's what I like to do. Right here, we get a little bit of pepper on them. Uh, Wings are really good. I mean, if you eat turkey wings and smothered turkey wings, like I said when I started this video, it's really simple to cook, but also really filling. You can feed a big family for a little bit of money with these things. Um, that should be seasoning salt. Looks like I'm going. No, well, it is a seasoning salt, but it's one that I made for poultry myself. It's not a seasoning salt that you purchase out of a bottle. But what I was saying though, you can feed a whole big family with these things for not a lot of money. It's amazing. I mean, like 2 of these wings come in a pack, and it was like $3 and some change a piece. And a small kid, 1 of these wings will fill him up. And a big kid, 2 of them will fill him up. So it's really, and yeah, it's cheaper than what you go spend on McDonald's, even frankly. But it's a whole lot better for your kid and better for you. More filling. You have leftovers for lunch tomorrow. It's all good. Turkey wings, I love them. All right, let's finish getting these seasoned up, and then I'll get back. Okay, so there we go. You see, I got them seasoned up like I want them, and they look good. I always like to look at a nicely freshly seasoned or nicely seasoned piece of fresh beef or lamb, or in this case, poultry. It always looks good, especially because you can anticipate and kind of your imagination starts to work, and you picture what it's going to look like after it's cooked with all those seasonings blended in. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're going to put some herbs on here in a second, too. But just wanted you to take a quick look at that. Okay. All right. So now we want to get the fresh herbs on there. I'm going to start off with the sage. What you know is the way I do sage, I don't chop it. I leave the leaves whole. I take the stems off the edge of the leaves, but I leave the leaves whole. And it's not just for this particular recipe, but for me, I would say that anytime I use sage in anything, I'm pausing for a second just to think if I can picture a recipe where I chop sage, and I can't. I mean, if it's a soup, I leave the leaves whole. If it's something like this, a roast, I leave it whole. Whatever it is. Right now, I can't think of a single recipe where I chop. And the reason is, I love the taste of cooked sage leaves. They'll still imbue their flavor on whatever you're cooking without chopping them. But I like to actually be able to eat the leaves at the end, so I preserve them as whole leaves. I don't chop them up. Here's your first time going in. And you can also see on this, and you don't, neither with the sage or the thyme, or as you'll see in a second, the rosemary, you don't have to use nearly as much as I'm using. I just have a lot left over from, actually I got fresh rosemary and thyme left over from Thanksgiving actually. in the refrigerator, and I want to get rid of a lot of it. And because it's gonna, it starts to dry out after a few weeks, and even when you keep it cold, you can preserve it for a little bit, but it starts to dry out. So I'm using a whole lot here just to get rid of it. I think is what I was doing that day. So there you go. And plus, I like herb, but you don't have to use that much. Whatever you want to taste. But there you go. We're nicely seasoned. We're nicely seasoned up. We're nicely herbed up with the fresh herbs. All right, now we're gonna get these in the oven just like this, 350 for about an hour and a half. Then we'll check on them. All right, so they've been in there about an hour and a half. I suppose this was 2-3 weeks ago when I made this video, but that's about how long I'll keep these in. If I was doing the portions that I said I like to do, I would usually do this initial cook for about an hour and not an hour and a half because it just doesn't take as long when you're doing those wingettes kind of. These drumstick half of this chicken wing just takes a long time to cook, or at least it takes a long time to get it tender like you want it to be. So you don't want to rush it. You want to give it a little bit of extra time. All right. Now we got some mushrooms that I showed you earlier. We're gonna go on a layer of the baby bella mushrooms, and obviously if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to do this part. It's not essential to it. It's just another flavor that you can put up there, another texture. I like these mushrooms. I like baby bellas. I like mushrooms in general, and so I'll do it. So we'll get those up there. Let's see what else we can do to this thing to make it taste right. Alright, so we got the mushrooms laid down. You could probably hear that the bikes are out today. I had mine out yesterday. It's December 13th, and it actually feels incredible out here. I think we were up to like 76 degrees in DC yesterday. That's ridiculous for this time of year, but it was great to take that bike out. But look, we got this cream of mushroom soup that we mixed with that chicken broth that I showed you earlier, and that's what you're going to use as the base for your gravy kind of. And what'll happen is once you got this on here, you're going to put it back in. There's obviously a lot of juice in that pot, in that dish from the wings as they've already cooked for an hour and a half, and all that's going to kind of come together, and it's going to be, you'll see, it's going to be something I think you'll appreciate. Take a look at this. All right, right here I'm going to add some scallions to the top. Again, at this point you're doing things that are optional. These are things I like to do though that gives a little bit more flavor, a little different, different textures to your food. And so I'm going to add it on. I'm very big on onions. I've said that as you watch my videos, I'm huge on onions and garlic, so that's my thing. So we're going to get some scallions on there. And with the scallions in place, we're going to get some paprika on there. I like the paprika. It adds a little flavor, of course. Well, it has a lot of flavor. Paprika has a very distinct flavor to it, but it just looks good. This isn't done right here, but it looks tasty enough. So let's get that paprika on there. And then it's right back in the oven at 350 again for about, let's say, another hour or so. So there you go, YouTube. 1 hour later, fresh out the oven. As you can see, she's still bubbling. That gravy's right. Now you're going to add those fresh white onions. Crisp, nice, fresh green peppers. You can also do red and yellow peppers if you want different colors. Again, that's more of an aesthetic thing. Sometimes I do that. But, green peppers are fine. I just like the peppers to go with that gravy and that sauce and everything. All right, get those spread on there real good. Yes. Okay, there's your plate. So there you go. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share. I appreciate you. Peace. As always, YouTube, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Smothered turkey wings, outstanding. Tasted really good. Was really tender. Had all the good flavors in them. All right. Like, favorite, subscribe. Look out for new videos. I think I'm going to do one. I had it with cilantro rice and collard greens on that plate. I think I'm going to put a video together for that cilantro rice. That stuff is really good. So look out for that in the next week or so. All right? Peace.